Switching gears now, October is a Depression and Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are addressing the warning signs, the stigma, and everything in between. This is an important conversation.
I'm looking forward to this here, Amber. In fact, here to tell us more is Dr. Heather Fretwell, Chief Medical Officer with Sandra Eskenazi Mental Health Center. Welcome to the show here, and Doctor, tell us about depression. That is something that is fairly common, isn't it?
Incredibly common, and thanks for inviting us and having this incredibly important topic here. Depression affects, in their lifespan, 1 in 5 American adults, and rates are rising very understandably with the stresses of pandemic, modern life, disconnected families. We could go on and on for a while. But it's such an important thing to be aware of, and to be aware that there's help.
I think so too, and we talked about that before, to where there has been such a stigma around mental health for, many years. And I do feel like in the last year or so, especially with the pandemic, this has really been brought to light to where people are sharing their stories and feeling more comfortable to do so.
And I do agree, we've made a lot of progress. I've been in psychiatry for nearly 20 years now, and we started out in my career only 20 years ago as the redheaded stepchild of medicine. And addiction, substance use disorder, is the redhead stepchild of psychiatry.
Right.
And we've made so much progress in breaking down barriers and people coming forward with their stories. I do want to give a shout out to Jim Irsay and the Colts for their Kicking the Stigma campaign. That's been so welcome and wonderful for our community.
I think so too. And let's talk about the Mental Health Center and the services that you're able to offer patients as well. Tell me how you're able to help.
So in big systems like Eskenazi, we actually start right at the primary care level. We have integrated mental health and behavioral health all into alongside primary care needs. So that's a great place to start if you don't know where else to start. But then also for, if you have the sort of symptoms that are affecting your day-to-day functioning, your relationships, your work, your sleep, your ability to enjoy anything
it's all
in life.
intertwined,
It's
right?
all together. There are community mental health centers assigned to every zip code in Indiana. So a great place to start is to, in your zip code, Google Community Mental Health Center, and you will find us. We are there.
Where do you draw the line, when somebody really needs professional help? We all at times are feeling a little down on that, but how do you know it's like you got to go get some help, either through meds or counseling or whatever?
A lot of time with depression, it's duration. Like I said, we all have blue days, but if most days out of a 2-week period of time, you're down, you're blue, you're sad, you're not enjoying the things that typically bring that spark to your eye. If you're crying, if you're feeling helpless, hopeless, or having those suicidal thoughts, and it's nearly every day for 2 weeks, that's generally our standard where we would say this is where we would look at medication. And you can have less than that, certainly, as interfering with your life, and you'd be welcome to come in and start with counseling and other interventions. The help is there. Even if it's like a couple times a week, it's still interfering with your life. Please start the process. But that's really, when we talk about that medical piece, of that duration of 2 weeks for depression is where we...
I think too, just having the opportunity to talk to someone, right? And feeling that you're not alone.
I totally agree here. And I always say too, I don't get down too often, but when it does hit, when I start doing something for somebody else, that kind of pulls me out of it. There's something about living your life, not for yourself, but for other people.
And many people will talk about that, having a purpose in their lives, for their loved ones, for their community, and finding things to feel grateful for are also great perspectives that can help. And yet, if those things that usually help aren't, that's also another great indication. Let's go ahead and get some additional supports in your life, because they're there. We're just eager to have people come access us. I think the saddest thing in terms of statistics that I've seen recently is something like over 1/5 of people with these kinds of concerns will never step forward and get the help because they feel isolated or alone or ashamed.
And there is help out there. There's some great meds too. So.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. The QR code right there on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen if you would like to learn more. Thank you so much.
Thank you.